Form 2, otherwise known as Makashi, created for lightsaber to lightsaber combat. Welcome to another Temple Archive, and today we'll be looking at the most elegant form of lightsaber combat. The Makashi's opening stance was a single hand low guard, blade held to the side pointing down, feet shoulder width apart. The thumb would be pointed down, the rest of the fingers wrapped around the hilt holding tightly, but not enough to limit fluid movements. Makashi users would then perform a salute before battle, bringing the blade vertically in front of their face, then with a flourish, rapidly drawing an X with the tip of the blade. Makashi specialized in dueling an opponent one-on-one, and was made to counter Shicho's sweeping movements. Makashi was a fencing style, and therefore focused on extreme precision and control, instead of raw power. Makashi's attacks usually focused on jabs and cuts, rather than the aggressive styles of modern-day lightsaber styles. In the theme of focusing on control, Makashi blade work is focused on using the wrist, and as such, Makashi users' lightsabers are adapted for one-hand use instead of the more common two-hand stances. Makashi users must have a great balance between blade manipulation and footwork. Users shift their weight back and forth, always maintaining perfect balance regardless of their opponent's tactics. This lets the swordman focus on the defense without having to worry about losing their balance and creates opportunities for counter-offensive movements. A Makashi user's balance and control lets them use their adversary's own movements against them, opening them up to quick counter-strikes. Since Makashi is about control over power, not many blocks are performed with Makashi. Instead, a Makashi user will usually always redirect an attack. Since Makashi is a finesse form, it lies in disadvantage against form users such as Gemso, who rely on strong kinetic strikes, as a Makashi user will not have the strength to block these attacks. However, this can also be an advantage for a trained Makashi user, who can use their balance to retreat and strategize a counterattack, taking the aggressor off balance and striking when they are open. While Makashi's strengths lie in one-on-one lightsaber combat, its weaknesses, therefore, lie in multiple opponents. Since Makashi focuses all of its defensive energies in front, multiple combatants can easily overwhelm a Makashi user by attacking his or her flanks. Makashi users also struggle with blaster deflection, as it interferes with their footwork, making it more difficult to keep the balanced foundation of its form. Of course, it is important to remember that masters of this form, as well as any others, will compensate for these weaknesses more than someone who has not mastered it. A perfect example is Count Dooku, one of, if not the greatest Makashi user of his time. He can be seen dueling with multiple opponents multiple times and still managing to come out unscathed or victorious. His downfall eventually came to Anakin Skywalker, whose aggressive tactics eventually overpowered him by getting in close and cutting off his arms. Since Makashi users like to keep distance between them and their opponents, this overwhelmed the great swordsman and led to his demise. Nevertheless, Count Dooku is great to study Makashi in both the live-action films and the animated series. He completely embodies the Makashi form with his movements, his style, and even his personality. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you thought in the comments. Remember to share this video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. And remember, through victory our chains shall be broken.